Yeah. Today we continue our Bhagavad Gita as it is on chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute. I try to do it very colorful again. I like it very much. We start with the summary on chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute. Lord Krishna is the supreme truth, the supreme cause and sustaining force of everything, both material and spiritual. Advanced souls surrender unto him in devotion, whereas impious souls divert their minds to other objects of worship. They pay attention to other topics, not the transcendence, the supreme. Ah, no, no. Meditation. Ah, come on. No. So then they divert their minds. Let's see about it. Verse 1. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Prita, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubts. This lovely picture with Krishna and Radha. Okay? Why? You're going to see Radha a lot because she represents this yoga in full consciousness of Krishna. She represents the perfection of keeping your mind attached to Krishna. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. This is absolute. Phenomenal, yeah, what happens? And numinous, all the light of spirit and the matter of existence. The material world and the spiritual world are represented onto these words phenomenal and numinal. And nothing further shall remain for you to know. This is the perfection of knowledge. We go to verse 3. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. That's quite a challenge, you see. When we think about, we are almost 8 billion people now. If we go into the mathematics, the arithmetics of this verse. Out of many thousands, many billion people, one maybe try to reach this perfection. And from all the people that get there, whoa, hardly one, not even one. So this is very rare. People that fully understand the this consciousness that is Krishna. Hardly one. It's very difficult to find someone on that platform. That's what Krishna is saying. earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these eight constitute my separated material energies. It's quite interesting that he includes even intelligence and the mind, not in spiritual energy. No, it's material energy. It starts with the elements. Later, Krishna will dissolve this, but it's very important to understand the eight material energies. When they say the eight material energies, yes, earth, water, fire, and air, the four basic elements. Then there is ether, there is the mind, there is the intelligence, and there is the false ego. The false ego is also included in this list of material energy. It's not spiritual, but material. If there is a false ego, is there a real ego? Otherwise, why false? He might have used only ego. No, he used false ego. It's very interesting. Besides these, almighty armed Arjun, there is another superior energy of mine, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So, again, besides these eight material energies, almighty armed Arjun, there's another one, another energy that is superior, which comprises the living entities, life, who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. We here too, not only. The living entities include the animals, the plants, even the bacterias, and the living entities comprises all that we call as life. All created beings have their source in these two natures, the material and the spiritual. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. Krishna is the origin and the dissolution of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world. So there is a dissolution for the spirit. All seven, yes. All conqueror of wealth. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. First, Krishna is declaring that there is nothing superior. Yes. Then why? Because everything comes from this consciousness. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Pearl. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. If you see, Krishna is wearing necklaces and bracelets of pearls, like in the oceans. There is a pearl. When we have a shell, inside the shell you open, there's a pearl. and as pearls are strung on a thread. You see, there's a thread, there's a line connecting all these pearls and everything. All the necklace is one, and then everything in creation rests upon me. Yes, pearls are strung on a thread. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon. The syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. The taste of water. You see, sometimes we say that water is tasteless. You drink and you, I finish my water. No, it tastes like water. The freshness of water. That's Krishna. The light of the sun. That's Krishna. And the moon. The syllable Om. I even put a little Om here. Yes. The Vedic mantras. This is Krishna. The sound in ether and ability in man. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all ascetics. O son of Pritha, Arjun, know that I am the original seed of all existences, the intelligence of the intelligent, and the prowess of all powerful man. I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles, O Lord of the Bharats, Arjuna. There is this lovely picture of Govinda, one of my favorite ever. And you see here a fish. This is Matsya. There is a turtle, Kurma. You see Matsya, Kurma, the turtle. Varaha, the boar. Boar, like a big wild pig. Boar, Varaha. Nrishimhadeva, the lion. Simha, Nara, man. Simha, lion. The god that is half man, half lion. Vamana, the little guy, Vamana. Parashurama, yeah, Parashurama here. Ramachandra, Krishna and Balarama, Buddha and Kalki. They are avatars of Vishnu. And why did you put that, Chris? First of all, because it's beautiful. Really. Yeah, and I like it very much, especially the central image of Krishna when he says the taste of the water, and you see the water flowing, the light of the sun and the moon. Yes, the syllable on, there is Buddha there, the sounding ether, the heating fire. So these images display some avatars described in other books, okay, other material. Let's go to 12. Know that all states of being, be they of goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifest by my energy. I am in one sense, everything, but I am independent. I'm not under the modes of material nature, for they, on the contrary, are within me. Deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. This divine energy of mine, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. See, it's very difficult to overcome, to control even ourselves. Remember, including the mind, the intelligence, parts of this material nature, and the three modes that control it. It's very difficult to save yourself, to overcome. But when we surrender unto me, it's easy to cross this manifestation, very powerful manifestation. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Oh my. Oh, best among the Bharats, four kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who's searching for knowledge of the absolutes. So, not by chance, I put that lovely picture of Krishna and Radha together. Why? Because Radha represents the supreme surrender to Krishna. You know, she's the perfect example of surrender. Yes. And Krishna says in on this verse 16 that four kind of pious, righteous men, yeah, like they start serving Krishna. The distressed people who have problems. Sometimes people don't think about God, don't consider God, it's not until they, for example, get sick, a problem in life, then they go after. You know, sometimes people go because of that. Sometimes because people desire of wealth. Yes, people that in a gross way they want money. They have financial problems. And how many people go to churches because, oh, I had problems with money, I enter in that church and God helps me. These people are starting. The inquisitive, like Einstein, inquisitive, the one that makes questions, and the one searching for knowledge of the absolute. These people, I want to know the absolute. I want to know God. I'm curious. I think the inquisitive and he who's searching for knowledge of the absolute, they sometimes can be one and the same. Let's go into that. Let's see. 17. Oh my. Of these four people, the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and the person looking for knowledge of the absolute. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who's always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him, and he is dear to me. So Krishna is declaring which is the best platform. The last one, people in knowledge who are engaged, they work, they serve the Supreme, this Supreme Consciousness. And this Krishna is very dear to him, and vice versa. Oh, this is one of the most beautiful verses. That's why Radha is there. She is pure devotional service. She is very dear to Krishna as Krishna is very dear to her. All these devotees, all, are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. All. But he, who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal. Krishna is saying that all platforms are good, are magnanimous. Even the guy that at first desires health or money, even him, Krishna, even him is undoubtedly, there is no doubt, there is no question about it. They're all magnanimous, but the one in knowledge and that is engaged in this service, yes, is sure to attain me. That is the highest and the most perfect goal in life. Yes, to get to this platform. What is Krishna for you? Who is Krishna for you? After many births and deaths, he who's actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare, very rare. After many births and deaths, people surrender, yes. And this is very rare. Not common to find people in this platform. Maybe pretending to be in this platform. We can find, it's not easy to find so many famous gurus around the world nowadays involved in scandals, all sorts of scandals. But still, there are people in full communion. How can we identify these people, Krishna? Out of the fake gurus, how can we identify the real gurus? Sometimes they don't have a title. Sometimes they don't wear tilak. Sometimes they don't dress like gurus. Oh. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Now it's interesting when I read this word demigods, I remembered the the cultural aspect of idols, famous people and people that are crazy about, whether they be politicians or musicians or artists or footballers. I don't know, you name it, like demigods. And and millions of people, millions, they follow them. Yes. And they worship them. Yeah. I had never thought about it before. This is the first time I connect with that, but even a level lower than this, but yeah, intelligence has been stolen. Verse 21, Paramatma. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. There are two interesting parts on this verse. First one, Krishna is in everyone's heart. God in us, in all of you, in me, in the heart of everyone. The animals, the plants. Oh, but plants don't have hearts, do they? Krishna is in everyone's heart as the super soul. And then the point is that if he is in my heart, he knows my mind. And okay, go ahead, Chris. You want to worship a band, a music band, for example, say that, instead of a demigod. Okay, I'm a great fan of Black Sabbath. Say that, for example, or Caetano Veloso, I don't know, or a politician or whatever. And then we see nowadays how people become sometimes even blind. You don't see the reality because of this faith. Yeah, but that's what you want. You have it. Krishna is not going to force, that's how I understand this. Not going to force people to anything. Just support what you desire. What do you desire? Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Again, cultural aspect of India. I'm here talking about uh, people, famous people, etc. But that was not the original point. Yes, the original point is the demigods, as Indra, the lord of rain, Varuna, the demigod of waters, and people have their festivities and towards this demigod or that demigod and in India it's a multitude of demigods. I can't even tell you a precise number. Really, it's humongous. It's gigantic. I don't know how many demigods are there in the Vedic culture, but nonetheless, this Krishna consciousness is that causes everything to be. And all the benefits are given by Krishna alone, by me alone. 23. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme plan. Interesting, but oh, and how about that in our everyday reality? Ah, come on. I like bossa nova. You go to a bossa nova show, for example. You know? Oh no, I love heavy metal. Go to a heavy metal show. It's limited, it's temporary. And you go to these places according to what you like. But if you fix your mind into Krishna, likewise, that's where you're going. And it's interesting because I don't see that as a place. It's now this supreme planet, this consciousness that can be, we can always reach this. It's easier when we are in good company, talking about this and creating this mental atmosphere towards God, towards the spirituality, and especially when there is music and food and dance, like good Hare Krishna meetings. Usually, there's all of this all together. That's the supreme planet. 24. Oh, 24 is so interesting because there is a great duality in India. You gotta know about it. Krishna, I'm going to tell you, but first let me read verse 24. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Is God a person or not? This is a great duality in India. Some people say, yes, God is a person, that they are the personalists. Prabhupada was a personalist. And there are the impersonalists that say, no, no, God is not a person. God is a force. God is the, something that cannot be explained, not a person, but he can become a person. He was not, and now he is. And Krishna, according to Prabhupada, saying that's not the case. It's not the case. Because his higher nature is imperishable. Imperishable cannot die, is eternal. Eternal and supreme. That's the higher nature. That's Krishna. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I'm covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Oh, so many words, interesting words. Foolish, stupid people, like unintelligent, and they cannot appreciate the Supreme as being unborn, born when you are born, unborn that was never born, and infallible because this material manifestation is fallible in the sense that everything deteriorates. We commit mistakes. Have you ever committed mistakes? I have several in my life. Linguistic mistakes, ideas, attitudes, sometimes violent or whatever. I can't say I am infallible, but the real essence in me for sure is infallible. For sure. When I say me, in you all, the inner, the Paramatma, Krishna in you is infallible, is perfect. How can we connect with that? That is yoga. That's the point. Oh, Arjun, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. Whenever we talk about the spiritual perspective of life, especially if you're talking, when I'm talking to someone more connected to this spiritual manifestation, I like very much to use this verse 26 as a reminder. Me, Krishna, no one knows. Because sometimes I see so many people talking about God in a way that they know God totally. I think this is a very dangerous path. Yes, I know God. I know. You don't know. Usually, when I say I know, it means that you don't know. I'm the one that knows God. You don't. You can learn with me, for a small percentage of. So I like to keep a watch when people are so full of certainties. I know Krishna. Do you? Okay. Because Krishna declares, but me no one knows. Of course, you can know when you connect in yoga, when we get to this platform of Krishna consciousness. Then it's not my Cristiano consciousness, Krishna's consciousness. O scion of Bharat, O conqueror of the fool, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. There is again Krishna and Radha. O scion of Bharat, scion, son, son, the family of Bharat. Bharat was a king. India, in India, is not India. It's Bharat Varsa, the land of Bharat. Until nowadays. The British people called India India. But, oh, conqueror of the fool, the enemy, the fool. Yeah, the conqueror, you win your enemies. Arjuna, oh Arjuna, all living entities are born into delusion. All living entities are born into delusion. Me too. Bewildered by dualities, arisen from desire and hate. That's how the universe works. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. You see, so we all are born in this planet, beautiful, lovely planet Earth. We are born into delusion, desire. I want, I hate. When we act gradually, we can become free from the dualities. And then, what do we do? If not render service to this supreme manifestation with determination. Determination for me is a key word. We have classes on Tuesdays, 7. So for me, I feel like, yes, that's my determination. I want to be there with them. I want to prepare the slide. I want to do it. I want to talk about Krishna, record these videos, share. That's a way I'm finding of engaging myself in this service with determination. But again, thank you for being here, because if you were not here, I don't know. Suppose there was only me. Where is my determination? Maybe I could record, put online, but it's not the same stuff. You inspire me, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman spirits because they entirely know everything about transcendental activity. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. Oh, Hare Krishna, guys. Hare Krishna.